Hey guys, it's Glitchin back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck list video. Today we'll be doing Springans. Springans is a going first deck that's able to spit a bunch of monsters onto the board, so you're able to go into Xyz plays in order to set up some interruption for your opponent's turn. Let's get into the monsters. We start off with 3 Springans Rocky. Rocky on summon allows you to add a Great Sandseed Golgonda or 1 Springans monster from graveyard to hand, allowing a myriad of different plays. Springans Brothers. Brothers, when sent from hand or deck to grave, allows you to resummon a Springans monster except itself from grave. This allows a bunch of different plays and is your go-to to send from deck to grave or hand to grave. But remember, it's only once per turn, so you want to be careful when you use it. We play 1 Springans Pador. Pador allows you to tribute itself in order to special summon a Springans from grave. We don't use this effect very much, it is mostly just another name. Next we play 1 Springans Captain Sargus. Captain Sargus allows you to detach a material from an Xyz monster you control in order to pop a card on field during your opponent's turn. This is one of our primary pieces of interaction on our opponent's turn, and a lot of our combos are getting it and a few other pieces of interruption onto the board. Next we play 2 Springans Branga. Branga allows you to banish itself and other Springans monster from grave in order to add a Springans spell trap to hand. This is a good end to your combos, as you don't really need the Springans in grave as long as you've used them all up, so it adds another piece of interruption. I should also now mention, all of these cards have an effect while in grave. You can attach it to a Springans Xyz monster you control once per turn. Very useful, kind of what our entire deck revolves around. I also play 1 Supreme Sovereign Servant of Golgonda. With the Springans field spell, this is a free special summon, and it's a level 8, along with Captain Sargus and Branga. You can go into some rank 8 plays. Here's a couple not quite engines, but more smaller combos within the deck. We play 3 Springans Kit. Kit on summon allows you to add a branded spell trap from graveyard or deck to hand. The card we are searching out is Branded in High Spirits. Branded in High Spirits allows you to reveal a monster in hand, then send a fusion monster listing Falling of Albaz as its material with the same type as the revealed monster from X deck to grave. Then, if you discard the revealed monster, you get to add a monster that lists Fallen of Albaz. Springans Kit lists Fallen of Albaz in its text, so you can add it. This is a good smaller engine that allows you to send a Fallen of Albaz fusion from grave that I will show off later, which allows you to summon out Sargus at end of turn, setting up another piece of interruption. We play 2 Therian King Regulus. Regulus allows you to equip a machine monster from your graveyard to it, and if your opponent activates an effect, you can send it from field to grave in order to negate it. A very good interruption, since it's an Omni-Negate, can negate anything, and very easy since we put a lot of machines in grave. We also play 1 Therian Disc Coliseum, just for an extra search of Therian King Regulus. Play 3 Ash Blossom, since it allows us to stop our opponent from adding a card from deck to hand. And 3 Effect Veilers / Infinite Impermanence, since they both accomplish the same job, allowing us to target a monster on our opponent's field and negate its effects until the end of turn. For these spells and traps, let's start out with 3 Great Sandseed Golgonda, 1 Terraforming, 3 Springans Booty, and 3 Springans Watch. This seems like a lot of cards, but they are all here for functionally the same purpose, to get out Great Sandseed Golgonda. Golgonda is our field spell, which allows us to send a Springans card from hand to grave in order to special summon out a Springans Xyz monster onto our field from our extra deck. This is what allows most of our combos to take place, which is why we're dedicating so many spells in order to search it out. Terraforming is a generic field spell searcher, which can also search out Therian Disc Coliseum. Springans Booty has a situational effect that when an Xyz monster you control leaves the field, you can target a monster your opponent controls, and neither player can activate that card's effects this turn. But that's not what we usually use it for. Usually, we just send it from field to grave in order to activate a Great Sandseed Golgonda directly from deck. This can dodge Ash Blossom, and since Ash Blossom is such a widespread and versatile hand trap, it's very useful. Springans Watch allows you to add a Golgonda from deck to hand, or if you already control Golgonda, allows you to add a Springans from deck to hand and send a Springans from deck to grave. This is the best card in our entire deck. It's a Terraforming, Reinforce Summon the Army, and Foolish Burial all in one. Next we play 3 Tally-Ho Springans. Tally-Ho Springans allows us to add a Springans monster from deck to hand and attach up to 3 Xyz materials from Xyz monsters we control. Then special summon Springans from hand or grave equal to the amount of materials detached. It also allows us to detach 1 material from an Xyz monster we control in order to add it from grave to hand, but you can only use one of these effects once per turn. This allows a lot of our combos to take place, since summoning 3 monsters just gives you an insane amount of advantage. And Springans Xyz monsters like to have their materials detached. We play 2 Sprite Smashers. Sprite Smashers allows you to banish a Springans or Therian card from hand or grave in order to special summon a Springans from your deck, or special summon a Therian from your graveyard. This card is good if you're in a pinch, or if you just want to extend your combo a little bit further. Let's play 1 Springans Blast. Springans Blast allows you to target a zone on your opponent's field, and if there are no monsters there, your opponent cannot use that zone for the rest of the turn, or if there's a monster there, you can destroy it. This is searchable off of Branka and allows us to have an additional piece of interruption if we need it. We play 2 Gigantic Champion Sargas. Gigantic Champion Sargas is the boss monster of our deck, and it allows you to rank itself up on top of any Springans Exceeds monster you control. Once per turn, allows you to add any Springans or Therian card from deck to hand, and when a material is detached from it, allows you to target a card on the field and either destroy it or add it back to the hand. Maker on summon allows you to send a Springans from deck to grave. We're usually sending Brothers for a free special summon from grave, or a Branka for a spell trap search near the end of our combo. Or we can send any Springans machine monster because a machine Springans in grave allows you to attach it from graveyard onto a Springans Xyz you control. We play 1 Springans Ship X-Blower. X-Blower allows you to target a main monster or spell trap zone on your opponent's field and detach materials from it in order to destroy an equal number of cards in adjacent spell trap or monster zones. This is sounding very complicated, but once you get a visual, it's very simple. So if I selected this zone right here and attached 4 materials, I would destroy a card here, 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 and here, which gets around targeting. Since you're not targeting the monster, you're targeting the zone it is currently occupying. A very goofy effect and some mass destruction, which I like. We play 1 Time Thief Redoer. Time Thief Redoer is a generic Xyz monster that allows you to attach the top card of your opponent's deck to it during the standby phase. Then, quick effect, you can detach materials from it, and if you detach a monster, you banish it until end of turn, spell, draw a card, or trap, target a card on your opponent's field, and put it on the top of their deck. You can attach more than 1 different type of material to get all of these effects at once. And since it detaches material from itself, it triggers the effect of Gigantic Champion Sargas, meaning it's another piece of interruption. We play 1 Baguska, the Terribly Tired Tapir. Baguska, when in defense position, turns all other cards into defense position and negates the effects of defense position monsters on field. This is really a uh-oh, didn't get the combo off first turn kind of button. So we just slap him down, negate all of our opponent's monster effects, and wait until we can build up a board and try to kill them. Play 1 King of the Feral Imps. King of the Feral Imps is a generic Xyz that allows you to add a reptile from deck to hand. This searches out Serpent of Golgonda, which can special summon itself for free as long as you have a field spell, and that gets into some rank 8 plays. We play 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is another generic Xyz that allows you to detach material from it, and your opponent cannot activate graveyard effects for the rest of the turn. Completely shuts off the graveyard and detaches a material from itself as a quick effect, which triggers Gigantic Champion Sargas. Play 1 Gear Gigant X. Gear Gigant X requires machine Xyz material, and we are allowed to detach a material from it in order to add a level 4 or lower machine from deck to hand. This is good for when you have a few extra materials lying on the field that you want to turn into a little bit of advantage. We play 1 Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy. This allows you to negate. We play 1 Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy, which is the rank 8 play that I keep going over incessantly. Hope Harbinger allows you to, once per turn, negate a spell that your opponent activates, and you don't even have to detach material. And if your opponent targets a monster you control for an attack, you can detach material from it in order to redirect the attack to itself, and then perform damage calculation. This effect is almost never used. Next, we play 1 Utopic Future and 1 Utopic Draco Future. Utopic Future allows you to Xyz summon it using 2 Xyz monsters you control with the same ranks, and Draco Future allows you to rank up on top of it. Draco Future is immune to destruction by battle or card effects, and when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach material from it, and if that monster is on the field, take control of it, negate the effect. Then we play 1 Sprind, the Iron Dash Dragon, which is the aforementioned Albaz fusion that we send from extra deck to grave.